am JD Wolf, and welcome back to my XCOM Long War campaign. Alright, we had a covert op. Another intel scan costs us 200 credits. I didn't see how many credits we got from that successful mission. Looks like a couple hundred. Maybe 150? I don't know. I'll have to look at the film, but it doesn't matter. We're at 355. And so it costs too much to do another scan, so we're going to I definitely do need to excavate there. Genetics lab, cybernetics lab, or a psionics lab. Well, genetics is not very expensive. We have a lot of meld. We could start genetically enhancing our soldiers. But I'd also like to get into the psionics as well. Now, psionics has an adjacency bonus, but genetics, it doesn't say that it does count as a laboratory. Okay. Plus 10% increase in research speed. So they both count as laboratories. Oh. Psionics lab, genetics lab. Well, our laboratories are right here, so I could put one right there. And I don't think it counts as adjacent for putting it over here. We're about to see, because that's what we're going to do. But, definitely have to have someone with psionics. Let's do the psionics lab first. I think it might take longer, 18 days. And the genetics lab over here at 200. And I gotta excavate there. So I'm gonna need 200, and then for the thermo I'm gonna need 210. That's not bad. 210. Oh, I gotta do the thermo first anyway. So I'm gonna need 210, but I don't need it for 5 days. So let's go 5 days forward. Let's see where we land. Our research is in alien operations.
Commander,
Come on up.
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Oh, Lord. Okay, 3 flight computers. Lately, we have been getting the flight computers damaged. And I'd like to save them, but we're not going to move forward without additional scientists and additional engineers. We've got to keep going with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Wow. That'll bring us down to 16. Speaking of that, been through a few missions without selling those. So there's the money that we need for the thermo generator. Alien operations. Okay. Move up.
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Nexus is up in 3 days. We have a terror attack at Leeds. Alright. And they are swarming. Urban block. Several buildings in large combat zone. That means infantry and assaults. Infantry and assaults. So let's, well, one assault. Only have the one gun. Let me outfit them and then we'll talk about it. Okay, guys, here's what we're going with. We're going with 3 infantry. Now, these infantry, Qilong Freestyle and Dice, as you know, are not the top infantry. Dice actually has the best aim with a raw 100 and with the scope, with the heavy laser. They all have heavy lasers with enhanced beam optics to do maximum damage. They all have Sentinel, so it's going to be a lot of overwatching with the heavy lasers and the enhanced beam optics. Now, bonus. For the first time, I think, in this campaign, if you look, I have no medics. no medics. So our first medic down here is Angel, at 1 day out with fatigue. Our next one is Bonus with 2 days out with fatigue. We have 3 medics in the infirmary. So with Cameron McLeod at 3 days out, and then Angel at 1 day out, we should have 2 medics come free within 3 days. If I then take Bonus, even though fatigued, Bonus is going to come back with a wound, I think 5 days, maybe more. But that's what we're going to go with. And I thought I outfitted him with a laser rifle. What was up with that? Okay. That's Bonus. Now, these are our heavy hitters right here. These 3 with heat ammo. So we have Kingpin, our best right there. We have what? Oh, we do have heat warheads for the grenades, and of course the Rocketeer has heat warheads and what have you. But with a 91 aim, with a scope, we should have very little drift. So that'll help. And then finally, instead of a scout, we have Sheriff. Sheriff is doing maximum damage with the shotgun there. We have no scouts on the team. She also has laser sidearm. We could easily have taken a scout, but I'm feeling that swarming, they're just going to be coming at us. We're going to have discs and whatnot. Even though we have no battle scanners, we're going to have our infantry up front. They're just going to come at us. And that's, and we're going to be ready for them, I hope. So, here we go. Swarming in Leeds, they're doing terror attacks in the UK like crazy.
Touching down.
The next deployment site is in the UK.
Alright.
The aliens are continuing to move unchecked through a heavily populated area. Local forces are not equipped to respond. We should engage the enemy as soon as possible.
This is a somewhat difficult map, but to do a terror attack on, maybe not. Because normally what happens is we have to make our way through the map from one end to the other, and it's kind of difficult because there's lots of angles that we can be seen at. But with a terror attack, it's often different. You don't have to move very much. They normally patrol up into you or what have you, and you can plan your approach, and you don't have to cover the entire map.
Central, Strike 1 is locked and loaded, awaiting drop orders.
Affirmative, Big Sky. Squad is cleared to engage hostile targets. Watch your fire out there. We have civilians on the ground. Repeat, civilians are in the AO.
Okay, this is our standard deployment position. And typically we like to maybe take the roof, come in here with the cover, but this area right here is open. You start moving around in here, they can see you from out here, and then you have to fight like that. So we could get up on the roofs. Problem is, if they're swarming, they can fly, they can jump. There are some vehicles with heavy cover, but that produces a lot of blocked opportunities. This does provide an elevation bonus and the ability to line up your guys and do the firing squad type thing, which I enjoy. So, let's make that sort of approach. Let's do the roof approach. And as we're doing it, we'll see if we can hear. You know, we'll try to figure out what direction they are in. Nobody else can move quite as much as Bonus. Let's put Bonus as our lead.
Affirmative.
Alright, not seeing anything there. Let's move him up over there. a dash. If there was something up on the roof, I'm sure we'd be in trouble. Alright, so that tells us that we are clear to get up on the roof. I don't want to move up too far. Maybe line them up here and then next turn there and then just move up through the middle up onto the
Moving to designated coordinates.
area there.
Good copy. Moving on target.
I want to keep the infantry together, but I can't.
On the move.
Put them there.
Bigom.
Strobe. Now, Sheriff is a heavy
Location
hitter.
confirmed.
Sheriff needs to be up front. Voodoo can definitely lob grenades. Voodoo back there, and Kingpin needs to be up front too. We got a lot of firepower, which is good. Kingpin right there, blocking the access up. Just music. What is that, a floater? That Thin Man? Something scared.
Yes, Commander.
So move up, blue move there. Getting close to the edge.
Moving to position.
Okay, that's close enough to get to the edge next turn.
Yes, Commander.
For dice, not so much, I don't think. Let's dash dice right there. Kingpin over here.
In my time.
Come on, you're not too close. There you go. So that we can get freestyle up.
Stepping
Joining
off.
up with her compadres.
Moving out.
Sheriff back.
Bigom.
Strobe there. Voodoo. There. Alright.
Watching for activity on Overwatch. Hey, you hear anything?
Okay.
Shh. I think I heard something.
They're in that direction. That tells me they are right down there. Now, like I said, Qilong can even get there. If all these guys were cleared out, he might be able to get over there. So, Kingpin over there. Rocketeer could move up. Yeah. They can all get there except Freestyle. Freestyle's gonna have to move last and has got the issue. Let's put bonus right here and see what we got.
Moving. Time to kick this sucker off.
3 chrysalids. 1, 2, and not 3. There we go. Alright, let's kill one at point blank range if we can. Well, we'll wait for him to soften him up. Let's see. Rapid fire at 95.
pacificados.
See. Free shot. Right, we got to take the these guys. A little bit different strategy.
Out
No
of the game.
longer a threat.
Ah, can see. A double shot without moving is right there at 100. Can't pass that up. Let's do it.
Target eliminated.
11 and 14. And blew the thing out. Nice. And we can blue move Voodoo up. Okay.
Иду.
Strobe.
Bien fait, surveille le coin.
Готовность номер 1.
Moving to Overwatch.
Right there, we got a
Come get some.
sentinel there.
Moving.
Freestyle around.
I
Sentinel.
feel, Commander.
If they
Sentinel.
move, they die.
Just in case something gets activated, they get a couple shots at them.
Hostile spotted.
Okay, that's 2. Lightning reflexes on 1. There's a hit on 1.
Shot wide.
Поправка на ветер. Вижу лунатиков.
Hello, Thin Men. Now this... Yeah, there's your sentinel. Oh, and we're
Target
opening up
neutralized.
the wall down there so we can see better. All right. Let's see. That's a zombie. Thin man, thin man, thin man. There's 3 of them. I think we killed that other one. Let's see. The rocket. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. Both down there. Oh, there's one up and one down. That looks like it'll get them pretty good. Fire. Is there a civvy? Let's confirm that.
Охотно.
All right. Okay, so that's our first one. Let's move Kingpin over here. 62, 93. Alright, I definitely want to take out Thin Men first.
Alien abatido.
Okay, that looks good. So, let's take out Thin Man.
See you in
My
hell.
auxiliary troops. Now this,
J'y vais.
Voodoo over here. Where's the chance of taking out that Thin Man? 59. Or we could toss a grenade. Could definitely get it, but the way it's bouncing is weird. That was good. I trust that a little bit better. Okay, let's do that. Firm. Okay, kill that thin man. Okay, now the plan is to line up these guys
That's affirmative.
for Sentinel overwatching.
Affirmative.
For all these guys moving up.
On my way.
And Sheriff has close combat specialist. Now see, the chrysalids could come up, they could jump right there and go for an attack. But if I put Sheriff right there, they can't. They're gonna have to come like over here and around, or up and in and up.
That's
Let's move
affirmative.
Sheriff over here. Alright, and let's double shot. She can't see the other one. Let's double shot that one. That's gonna take all the ammo. Alright, we're just gonna trust the Sentinel then.
Down. Got no
Wow.
ammo. Eyes peeled, Commander. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
activity.
Sentinel overwatches should do it. Three shots. They don't have the best aim, but in that particular situation, not a problem. And then this thing moves. Trying to get the civilian. They're both trying to get the civvy. Not happening.
Taken care of.
Ooh. Okay, I thought we saw somebody. Yeah, we don't see anything. Alright, let's reload.
Back online.
Shotgun here.
Reloaded.
Let's have everybody reload.
Zadilla.
And we're just gonna skip this
We're
turn.
green to go. Come get some.
Vai por la pesto.
Ready to rock. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Recargado. Reloading. I have it covered.
Okay. That is a disc. There's your disc. Alright, I hear something. That sounds like a disc. Alright, nobody needs to reload. Medic. I don't know what direction, so...
Copy that.
I like our position. I'd like to keep our position and have them come to us if I could.
Heading there now.
Dash right up here. And we'll just wait.
Danny.
What was that sound?
Because I know you guys say, like, you know, hey, you know, you're doing the firing squad type strategy. Yeah, I mean, hey, we're lined up across the room. This is the ultimate firing squad right here. Let's move over
Heading
here.
out.
Give him
Contact.
more options. And there's the disc. Overwatch. Missed shots. Alright, now the disc is over there. Alright, so let's... Oh, if he's going to cross that threshold, I want him to come back over here. Okay, let's... Yeah, it's going to do the path for you no matter what. Alright. I want that path. Let's do that.
Move your ass. You're safe.
And yeah, no cover. Strobe's rocket. Back over there somewhere. Let's wait until we have a clear shot. Let's steady. I'm gonna overwatch the crap out of it.
Come get some. Roger. I've got my eyes on it.
I'm covering that area.
I'm gonna run and gun right down here. Anything comes up and in.
Hunt him down.
Tries to come around.
Running.
We'll be able to see. And shoot. Okay. Overwatch.
Roger that. Scanning.
I'm gonna Overwatch and Close Combat Specialist. Well,
Moving to position.
see right there, double shot that one.
Down.
Copy that.
Now right there. Trying to lead him back over here. I don't want to. Huh. Okay, let's put dice down right
Moving
here.
out.
We'll shoot through the door at anything coming up. Freestyle, not so much. And Qilong as well.
I am going.
We need to be able to have eyes on the target. Let's put Voodoo down here. There it is. There it is. There it is. It's right there. It's coming around the side. It's like right there. Rocket. It was right there. Fire.
Bashla.
With the gunner on Overwatch right there, if it comes up around the side.
I have it covered.
Got it covered.
Affirmative. Covering now. On my way.
A little closer there.
Roger that.
Overwatch. Here we come. Come on.
Shut up. Listen. Go on. Go on.
Seekers. 4 Seekers. Alright, we need to regroup on those Seekers. Missing all over the place.
That is not
Miss.
Target's still up.
Not repaired. Well, okay. All right. Okay, this is interesting. Now, Rocketeer, a gunner. Let's see if the gunner can see.
Me muevo a la
Right there.
posición.
Down and up a bit. Yeah, there you go. Double shot on the disc. At 52, not great, but let's take it. 9. Oh, got lucky. That's nice.
No es una amenaza.
Which might allow our Rocketeer to get in on these guys inside. I may have to drop her down. She could drop down behind the car and shoot in at those. Which would mean moving dice out. Let's pull dice back.
Commander.
Let's drop strobe in.
Уже лечу.
You got the regular rocket does 8, shredder does 5. The regular scatter is half. Oh, 1.7. Calm it down. See, I'm not moving. I'm not touching the mouse right now. Come on. They're moving and it's targeting them. I really want to target the one at the back. Fire. Cancel. Fire.
Запускаю ракету.
That's how you do it. Nice. Alright, that is nice. What do we get? Down, down, down. One left. The leader. Double rapid fire.
Nailed him.
Or single rapid fire. Okay. We do have a drone.
That's affirmative.
Yes, we do. 42. That's terrible. Let's take it though. 42.
Adjusting sights.
Let's get Voodoo over there. 59. Okay.
Merde. J'ai raté mon coup.
And
Will do.
swing Qilong to the side. I can't get this guy. The sides here.
I'm on the
Freestyle
move.
over there. And we've completely abandoned the roof.
Roger.
I'm
Got my
covering
eyes
that
on.
area.
Sentinel
Roger.
overwatching.
Got eyes on.
It needs to move up though. It's gonna hit a civvy. Killed him. Stealth mode. We have. We do have a seeker.
J'y vais.
Let's move up. Take a shot. How's my
J'aime pas
gunner?
ça du tout.
There we go.
Me dirijo allí.
Kingpin, double shot. 2 at 62.
Adios.
Alright, with the Seeker, we need to gather round. Overwatch each other.
Okay.
Moving out.
Close combat specialist there.
Приступаю.
Strobe.
Heading there now.
Freestyle. Oop. Come on, click. There we go. Alright.
Roger. Tracking.
Dice there. I don't know. Does that mean there's one right here? It sure looks like there's one right there. We don't have any battle scanners, but we have a lot of Overwatch. And it moved back. Let's pull Voodoo back over here. Reload. And we're just gonna wait for the Seeker to come up.
Ready to engage. I'm watching for them.
I field, Commander.
I field, Commander.
Готовность номер 1. Reloaded. Roger, I've got eyes on.
There he is. Alright, that ought to do it.
Don't hit him.
Chalk up another one.
So, you see how far we had to go through the map? Just half the map. You know, get the guys to come over to us. We didn't manage to hold the line at the building. We actually had to move up and be a little more aggressive to get them. But that's good. 18 killed. 9 out of 18 civilians saved. Acceptable. They killed half. That's quite a lot. Thought we did better than that. I know we killed 1 at least. Ourselves, but not a scratch on us. We had chrysalids, discs, thin men. There's a lot of thin men. Not a problem for our crack team. Wounded 10 days just because of previous fatigue, but did get the promotion. We go field surgeon to reduce recovery time for non-critically wounded soldiers versus smoke and mirrors or suppression. So we're going to go field surgeon. Freestyle. Now I believe for my guys we go vital point targeting. Rapid fire is nice, but it really doesn't mesh with our Overwatch opportunist sentinel type activities. If you move, then you Overwatch. So you get the 2 shots. If you rapid fire, you get minus 15 on those 2 shots. It's nicer to have all those shots, which could amount to 3 of them, right? Because you can fire, that's your free shot, and then you Overwatch, you get 2 more shots, all of them with an additional couple points of damage with vital point targeting. Makes it nice. Okay, which we've discussed before. There we go. All right. And so, got some carcasses, got some stuff, not a lot of meld. That was a terror attack. Panic is increased, of course.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Let's see what the panic does look like. Not too bad. We don't have air cover or satellites over there. We're not really planning to do anything with Europe at all. We just want to keep them from having another base in Europe. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and until next time, stay safe.